Let's get right into it. Number 7. Strategic silence. You're in a meeting and everyone's racing to sound smart. Meanwhile, you're just sitting there. You're running full diagnostics on the room like a samurai reading an opponent before the first strike. Samurai had a principle called mokurai, silent thunder. The person talking the least was usually thinking the most. While everyone else broadcast their strategy, Samurai collected information and calculated 3 moves ahead. Your brain isn't antisocial. It's tactical. You're tracking tone, subtext, and contradictions while everyone else waits for their turn to speak. This is why you often deliver the comment that ends the debate. Samurai called this kuki wo yamu, reading the air. You're not awkward, you're deliberate. You're operating in a mode most people don't even realize exists. Number 6. Comfortable with discomfort. Most people see a challenge and look for the exit. You think, this is where it gets interesting. Your brain recognizes growth opportunities the same way Samurai recognized worthy opponents. Samurai practiced seiza, sitting in a painful kneeling position for long periods of time. The pain was the point. When you're comfortable being uncomfortable, fear stops controlling your decisions. Modern psychology calls this distress tolerance. Samurai treated it as mental armor. This is why you tackle complex problems while others stress-eat their way through breakdowns. When your coworker melts down over a deadline, you're in a flow state. Not because it's easier, because your brain doesn't waste energy fighting discomfort. You're running conditioning that treats obstacles like training equipment. Number 5. Obsessive preparation for things that might never happen. You've mentally rehearsed conversations that haven't happened. You've planned escape routes from buildings you just entered. People think you're paranoid. Samurai would call you properly trained. Before battle, Samurai mentally prepared for every possible outcome, including death. When you've already faced the worst in your mind, nothing surprises you in reality. Miyamoto Musashi went undefeated in over 60 duels. His advantage wasn't just sword skill, it was preparation. By the time the duel began, his mind had already fought it dozens of times. Your over-preparing isn't anxiety, it's intelligence running background simulations. While other people panic, you're already several steps into your backup plan. Samurai referred to this state as haijishin, a calm, steady mind under pressure. You're a strategist running threat assessments in modern settings. Number 4. Brutal honesty with yourself. You don't sugarcoat failures. When you mess up, you immediately dissect what went wrong. This makes you intense. It also makes you better. Samurai practiced hansei, ruthless self-reflection. After conflict, they reviewed their actions without ego protection. No excuses, just analysis. This is how Samurai evolved from competent to legendary, not through talent but through honesty. Your brain can't fix problems it refuses to acknowledge. Most people protect their ego. Yours doesn't. You believe your actions shape outcomes. When things go wrong, you don't default to blame. You scan for what you could control differently. While others get defensive, you extract useful information. Western psychology calls this a growth mindset. Samurai were applying it centuries ago. You're running continuous quality control on yourself. Number 3. Training when there is no battle. You sharpen skills with no immediate payoff. You read outside your field. You practice things that don't seem urgent. This is pure samurai thinking. Samurai trained relentlessly during peacetime. They practiced calligraphy and tea ceremony not because it helped them fight directly, but because it trained precision, patience, and control. The mind was the real weapon. Miyamoto Musashi believed mastery required exposure to many disciplines, not to become average at everything, but to build a mind capable of adapting to anything. Your habit of learning random things isn't distraction. It's cognitive cross-training. You're building mental flexibility that activates when pressure appears. That's why highly capable people often have strange hobbies. They're not procrastinating. They're maintaining their mental edge. You're preparing for battles you can't predict yet. Number 2. Detachment from outcomes. You work hard, but you don't collapse when things fail. You care deeply, but results don't own you. Some people mistake this for coldness. Samurai cultivated mushin, no mind, not the absence of thought, but the absence of attachment. They gave full effort, then released control over outcomes. For warriors living with constant risk, attaching identity to winning was dangerous. Losing could destroy them psychologically. So they trained to separate effort from result. You do this naturally. You're not emotionally numb, you're regulated. Setbacks become data, not identity. Failure doesn't mean I'm broken. It means that approach didn't work. Paradoxically, this detachment makes you more effective. Without fear hijacking your decisions, you act more clearly. You've mastered caring deeply without letting outcomes control you. Number 1, living like death is always present. You make decisions with an awareness that time is limited, not morbidly, clearly. Most things don't matter as much as people pretend they do. Samurai lived with daily awareness of death. They mentally prepared for it every morning. When you truly accept that your time is finite, you stop wasting it on noise. Petty drama and outside opinions lose their grip. This is why samurai acted decisively. They weren't frozen by what-if scenarios. They had already accepted the worst possible outcome. Everything else was manageable. You probably don't fear death more than average. You may fear it less, because you understand that avoiding death isn't the goal. Living intentionally is. Psychological research shows that awareness of mortality reduces anxiety and increases meaningful action. Your mind already operates with this awareness running quietly in the background. That's why you're comfortable with calculated risk. You've already made peace with the downside. While others hesitate, you move. Samurai treated death as an advisor. They asked, if this were my last day, would this matter? You ask that question more often than most. And that's why you're less tolerant of wasted time. You're operating with clarity that makes life sharper, not darker. If this felt familiar, you're already training.